and then really kind of just really kind of talking about sort of kind of cinnamon and really I suppose the overall strategy, and then we can get into kind of a lot of detail and. Great. Hi,
how you doing, Justin?
I'm really well, thanks.
Excellent. Well, I'm Mikael Svensson. I'm the CEO of Cinnamon Hotels and Resorts. It's a pleasure being here with you at the Arabian travel market. And thanks for taking the time.
It's an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate you taking time in what is a very, very hectic schedule.
It is.
You've just come from a press conference.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, just sort of give everyone just a bit of an overview on Cinnamon.
Well, Cinnamon is an amazing company. It's been around since 2005. We have 15 hotels current. With Cinnamon Life will be 16, and another 2 in development. So we'll be 18 strong by the end of the year, and very, very exciting company, homegrown from Sri Lanka. It's very authentic Sri Lankan. Our sort of purpose motto is bringing the best of Sri Lanka to the world with style and elegance, and that's kind of what we stand for. So for me personally, I've been with the company for 5 years, and it's been an extraordinary ride, and obviously with all the recent news that we have about Cinnamon Life, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit more in detail. But yeah, very, very exciting company.
Yeah, I think I'd love to kind of let's get into that. So Cinnamon Life, tell us more.
Yeah, so Cinnamon Life is just a small little motel down the road. It happens to have a price tag of about 1.3 billion, but other than that, so yeah,
just a small project.
It's just a small little project. Yeah, no, it's obviously it's been a 10-year journey for us to be, since the inception idea of what Cinnamon Life was going to be. And really, at the outset, Justin, Cinnamon Life for us was about creating something for Colombo and creating something for Sri Lanka. The vision was much broader than just that we want to bring an integrated resort or a hotel, but something that can really benefit the economy and benefit tourism into the country and to the region of South Asia. So we really set ourselves very high goals to be the entertainment hub, as it were, for South Asia. And I think now, as it's almost coming to fruition, I think I'm more confident in saying that we're gonna get there. So it's a big property. We just joined a partnership with Melco, who run City of Dreams, obviously in Macau and Manila and Cyprus. So it has been rebranded as City of Dreams Sri Lanka, and then Cinnamon Life, the hotel, sits within that district, as it were. So yeah, very, very exciting. 800 rooms, 15 plus restaurants, 4 ballrooms, of which 2 are protruding out of the building. Obviously gaming is part of that with City of Dreams. A couple of residential towers, offices, mall, exhibition center. I think I've gone through the list of what hospitality entails, but very exciting indeed.
And really, I suppose, in a sense, sort of like what's the roadmap for Cinnamon Life?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for Cinnamon Life, this is to establish us as a brand, a homegrown brand from Sri Lanka, but that is going to have international presence through Cinnamon Life itself, obviously, and the opening of Cinnamon Life, but into the future as well. As I mentioned earlier, we are a homegrown brand. We're very strong. We're the biggest and leading hotel brand in Sri Lanka, and this really will be the sort of the epicenter, as it were, for our brand as we expand into the world.
And do you see Cinnamon Life extending into the other properties that you have around the world? Is that, as a concept, how does it work with taking Sri Lanka to the world, as you said earlier?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Justin, integrated resorts of this nature don't come around every day. I think we can name them on one hand. And so, the Cinnamon Life concept came about because of the opportunities that we found we had with a land that we own as John Keel's, and being able to put that integration into play, being gaming, entertainment, hotel, restaurants, and so forth. So it's not something that we've done in the past. We are predominantly a resort-driven company, and we're looking at luxury resort as our sort of pathway into the future. But this is very, very unique, and I would say a one-of-a-kind type of project.
It's incredible, and you've just, as I said earlier, just come back from a press conference. Tell us more about that.
It was great. I was over at the Maldivian press conference talking about Maldives, and One of the extraordinary things to hear about is their journey and their story. And it's, you kind of sit back and now being in Sri Lanka and understanding what the pathway, will be for Sri Lanka, I believe. And they started their first tours back in 1952. No, not 1952, but 52 years ago. And how they've evolved is extraordinary, right? And we're very pleased and proud to have 4 hotels in the Maldives, which is quite a lot for any brand. 4 properties in the Maldives is up there. And yeah, we've really enjoyed to see how Maldives is evolving. It used to be a destination that was only for the rich and famous and very affluential, very expensive honeymooners, as they said in the press conference. But now it's really expanded and has markets, target markets for every level of tourism, from the 3-star all the way up to the uber luxury. So, yeah.
And I think Cinema Life represents, I suppose, that sort of shift in behaviour, in kind of from a travel kind of consumer perspective.
Absolutely. I mean, for us, Cinema Life is sort of the base in which we want people to come, whether they're then going on to the Maldives, because a lot of people use Colombo as the hub stop to go to Maldives. And also a lot of people coming in these days, when you look at tourism and the nature of tourism into Sri Lanka, it's predominantly down the south coast where we have hotels and all the way around the country, the round trip. So they don't really, up until now, stay that long or even consider staying in Colombo. But with this and all that it has to offer, we kind of want it to be, as I said earlier, the epicenter of their journey through cinnamon or otherwise, whichever area or around.
And you've obviously talked about the new partnership with Melco, and Sri Lanka from a connectivity perspective is just continually increasing kind of its sort of. Tell me more about sort of the markets that you think that kind of will be coming to kind of this new destination.
Yeah, well, it is, as you say, Justin. It's almost like, I mean, Sri Lanka's been around, right? And the destination itself is already. There's not much you need to do with Sri Lanka to sort of put it on a silver platter to people and say, come and visit. So we don't have to, obviously infrastructure and so forth needs to be developed, but as a country and what it has to offer, from beaches to safaris to you name it, to historical places to visit, is extraordinary. But for us, this venture really is to drive tourism to another level, to drive the economy, to drive employment in and around the country. So for us, it's really kind of important, and we'll see this happening.
And the impact on Sri Lanka itself and the Sri Lankan economy is going to be significant.
Huge. I mean, obviously, this is something that hasn't been seen in Sri Lanka, but it also hasn't been seen in a lot of other places. And when we looked at planning this, we looked at places like Singapore and what casinos did there, what MBS did, what they did for Singapore or whatever it may be, or the evolution of Macau, Manila, and most recently with Melco and City of Dreams in Cyprus. These type of moves, they shift the economy, and we believe this is going to be a real game changer and a real shifter for Colombo and for Sri Lanka and the region. It'll be extraordinary. And what you were alluding to earlier in regards to who do we target, I mean, we've got India at our doorstep. Obviously, India comes a lot to Sri Lanka. Now there is another reason for that. And then we have, obviously, around Europe, the UK and Germany, and even Russia, we've seen over the last couple of years, it's become a very, very important and big market for us, given everything that's happened around the world. So, and Sri Lanka has been very welcoming to Russians coming into to Sri Lanka. So, yeah, it's this guy. I think all of these markets are going to grow.
And of course, here we are at Arabian Travel Market in Dubai. How important is this region to you?
Justin, this is a very, very important region, especially when it comes to telling the world about something new. There's nothing like Dubai. Dubai has everything, but it's also a market which expects to hear and see about something extraordinary. So we decided on this already last year, that we were going to be coming here to the Arabian travel market, showcasing cinnamon life and cinnamon hotels and resorts. And the timing couldn't be better, as we announced our collaboration with City of Dreams and Melco last week. and being able to come here and to showcase this. And I think everybody that's here at the Arabian Travel Market will understand the caliber in which what we're bringing to the hospitality world. So not only is it important for us as a GCC and as an area, and people from Dubai and the area are obviously coming to Sri Lanka, but more importantly for us to showcase what cinnamon is all about and what cinnamon life at City of Dreams, Sri Lanka is all about. So it couldn't be a better place.
Listen, thank you so much for sharing today. I can't really be more excited about experiencing
Fantastic.
cinnamon life myself.
Great, you got to come over. Fantastic. Welcome you anytime.